What's going to be Hotspur News? I'm joined with Josh saying to preview for the Arsenal game, the North London derby at 4:30 at the Emirates Stadium. Obviously, it's a preview of the game. So, Josh, it's a massive game tomorrow. Obviously, a chance to go 10 points ahead of Arsenal. So, what are your thoughts going into this game?
Yeah, it's a big game. I think the North London derby it's a huge game, and I think on the day I'm always like shivering. This is like the game where it's hell for 90 minutes. Like Hugh Wizzy described it, like you can't relax in the game. Like you're about to have a panic attack when the game's going on, because it's that like nervy, because it's the worst game to lose in the season for Arsenal and Tottenham, because especially now with I'm going to see people because I'm going back to school. There's going to be a lot of you've lost and stuff, but you hate it when you lose the game, but you love it when you win, even if it's like a 0-0 or a 1-0. Love it if you win. And I think, it's just there's so much passion, and I think Arsenal haven't beaten us they haven't beaten us in 3 years, have they? Or in the past 6 games?
18. So it's been like 2.5 years since they've beaten us.
It's quite good, to be fair, because then I haven't cried on my sofa after the game.
I mean, the thing is, like going back to the whole stress part. I mean, last time when we beat them 2-0, I think that was the least stressful derby like I ever had to watch.
I was quite relaxed when I was watching the game. Yeah.
Mainly the fact of the form we were in and the form Arsenal were in. You know what I mean? I mean, at the time we were first, they were 15th. So in terms of like the comparison between the quality of the teams, I guess it's like probably the most relaxed derby, because most of the time I'm here, I'm like, we just wait us to lose and to concede whatever. I mean, this one's going to be a lot more stressful. Obviously, both teams are in pretty decent form at the minute. Spurs have won their last 5-6 games, I think, in all competitions. Arsenal coming off the back of beating Olympiacos 3-1 in their first leg of their Europa 16, which isn't an easy game to win whatsoever. And Olympiacos' goal,
and Arsenal do know from last season.
Exactly, and Olympiacos' goal came from an Arsenal error as well. And obviously, and we're currently, I think, 7th in the league. Arsenal are currently 10th, so the teams are closer. It's going to be a closer game compared to the 2-0 in terms of domination of us last time. It's going to be a much closer game in terms of chances, possession, you name it. All right, so in terms of Arsenal, what players do you fear the most?
Saka. Aubameyang's been really good, and he does, to be fair, like to get a goal against us. Lacazette also.
Yeah, for me, I think Saka's the main danger. I think Aubameyang, last 2-3 times we played, has been quite quiet. I think, and people say, I think people are going to say Saka and Aubameyang, etc. But for me, Martin Odegaard's going to be
he'll be a threat.
And maybe Partey, who knows? But
Smith Rowe also, if he starts, could be a one to watch.
I don't think Smith Rowe will start. I think he'll start Odegaard. It's a big game. Like, he wouldn't start Smith Rowe because Smith Rowe hasn't played for a while as well.
But to be fair, Martin Odegaard, I don't think he really knows what North London derby, like how passionate it is, and I think that's kind of what Smith Rowe knows. But what do I know then?
I mean, we'll see. And obviously Tottenham, last game was 2-0 against Dynamo Zagreb. And I was watching the highlights and I see Kane on the bench with an ice pack and I shat myself. But Mourinho said he should be good to play on Sunday. That front three is the main thing I'm looking forward to. Son, Kane and Bale against the Arsenal defence, which could at times be very, very shaky.
I was going to ask you, should we go in this game, because how shaky Arsenal's defence is, should we go on the front foot or should we sit back and try and counter-attack? Because I honestly think we should just go out there and attack.
Yeah, exactly. Because the thing is with Spurs and Arsenal, I mean, if anything, like in the 2-0, like we didn't even park the bus. Let's be real. I mean, in the 2-0, looking at the stats, we had more chances, etc. And against Arsenal last time in the 2-0, we had more possession. We didn't necessarily park the bus or do Mourinho football, as everyone likes to call it. And to be honest, and if anything, looking at the form that Bell's been in recently and the form Kane's been in, that front three could score 5-6 goals against any team in the Premier League. I mean, I scored 6 against United at Old Trafford. For Man City, we got thrashed. They were chances to score there. Palace scored 4 goals against a Crystal Palace side who got clean sheets against Arsenal, United, and Fulham. 3 good attacks. So I'm sorry, that front three is the best front three in the league, in my opinion. That front three,
well. Especially, I wouldn't say this season. I'd probably say the best front three this season has probably been
Man City.
Yeah. Even though they haven't even had a non-striker anyway. Don't want to go on to City, but yeah, I think definitely if you're looking at quality in the league instead of this season, I think ours is probably only better than Liverpool's. I think. Well, Liverpool's is on form and steady, but I think ours is just a different level.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, the comparison of our front three to Liverpool's, like, all season, at least one of our front three has been contributing in a goal. I don't think in the league, Liverpool scored a home goal at Anfield in 2021 in the league.
Yeah.
And that front three, Salah, Firmino, Mane, has been dreadful at home.
But I'm basing off like skill level, and I think they are very different front threes because they do different things. But I just think Kane, Son, and Bale are different class. I think compared to like a Firmino.
Yeah. Well, obviously we haven't beaten Arsenal in the league at the Emirates in 11 years. I think it is since 2010 when we came from 2-0 down to win 3-2. Obviously Bale, Van der Vaart, and Yunus Kabul getting the goals. But yeah, literally, like, you have no idea how much I want to win this game because the Arsenal fans, like, they've been chatting their mouths off because they moved from 15th to 10th. I guess it kind of shows how much they've fallen as a club. But at the same time, like, I don't want us to just beat them. I want us to beat them convincingly as well.
And I think as well, if we win this game, we can get closer to top 4. And I think Arsenal, I think their season in the Premier League is just over. I think they're going to finish like 9th or 10th, and I think they're going to go for the Europa League. And for us, I think we've got 2 really good options. I think we've got top 4 and we've got Europa League. And I think maybe this gives us a slight edge. Arsenal won't try as much. I know it is a derby, but they're not going to put their like bodies on the line, are they, to get the result?
I mean, the thing is, with top 4 in Europa League, I mean, that clause on Arsenal fan TV a couple of years ago during the 18-19 season when Arsenal were going for top 4 and they kept bottling games, etc. And the clause said, you've got to make sure you get through the top 4 first. If not, the manager, it's time to go. You know what I mean? Time to go. But you have to get in that top 4 first. Then you worry about the Europa League. For me. Yeah, so because the thing is, like, the Europa League, like, it's a one-off game, the final, isn't it? But for me, like, you've got to make sure you get into that top 4 first.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, I mean, the Europa League, I think I'd rather win the Europa League than get top 4 because we haven't really had a trophy in 13 years. But yeah, I just think you have to get top 4 before all of that. And I think just to make sure, even if you do lose the Europa League final, you lose the semi-final, the quarters, you get what you want next season. And for us, that's Champions League football.
Yeah, and obviously, lastly, score predictions.
I haven't really thought about score predictions, really. I think a derby form goes out the window for both teams. And I think even though it has improved over recent weeks, the defence is still quite shaky. So I think both defences are quite shaky, but I'll go 3-2 Tottenham.
Yeah, I was going to say 3-1. 3-1's.
Wow, you're confident, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm well, to be honest, like, I have every right to be confident. Looking at Arsenal, looking at the individual errors they've made, obviously, like Xhaka, like, I mean, the goal they gave away against Burnley, it kind of shows that Arsenal can make.
It was a beautiful cross, though, and assist, though.
Yeah, true, but at the same time, true, but at the same time, Arsenal can make an individual error anywhere in the park. So Burnley and Olympiacos, only Ceballos gave the ball away against Olympiacos, and then
Benfica as well.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And to be honest, like, with that front three, I've no doubt we can score at least 2 goals tomorrow.
It depends how our game plan is. Like we said before, if we can go on the front foot and we press Arsenal, I have no doubt we probably will win the game.
Yeah.
and basically sit back and try and hit them on the counter attack. I don't know if that's going to work.
Yeah,
so I think this is going to really come down to how we play tactically.
Yeah, because the thing is, like last time, last time, like I wouldn't say we didn't fully play part of the bus, but we did hit them on the counter attack for both goals, I think. And to be honest, I think Arsenal are going to realise that by now, surely, because our last 2 wins against them, which were both at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, came off us parking the bus and getting that goal. You know what I mean?
And even in the last season, when we played them 2-1, they dominated us, and we had like 5 or 4 chances where we should have scored. And I think their defence has improved, but I still think it is quite shaky.
Yeah, so yes, you're saying 3-2, I'm saying 3-1. So very optimistic predictions. But anyways, people, this has been the Hotspur News, the Arsenal against Tottenham preview at the shithole at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon on Sky Sports. We'll be doing a watch along for the North London Derby. We'll try and get an Arsenal fan on here if we can, just to make it a little bit more interesting. But Tottenham voice will be on the watch along, also known as Liam. He was on our Wolfsburger watch along.
He was on the Crystal Palace for half time, I think, as well.
Yeah, and he was on the Crystal Palace watch along for the first half. So he'll be on tomorrow. I mean, obviously, we'll try and get an Arsenal fan, but if we can't, it's just going to be us three on the watch on tomorrow. But that has been it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. This has been the Arsenal preview, and we'll see you next time.